Hi, Brett. This is Gilma here with Mechnician. Thanks for meeting with us, with Joel at the trade show today. We have decided to prepare this short video for you to show you a little bit more of our Jaltest Diagnostics for agricultural equipment. So I'm going to give you a preview on the coverage on case 280, and then we're going to jump to the commercial vehicle or on highway license. So here's an overview of the license. You can see already that you have coverage within this tool for tractors, combines, harvesting equipment, and also self-propellant trailing. You do have also available isobus control with our diagnostic tool. So as far as coverage, you do find here the core brands for ag equipment. Some of them are John Deere, Kubota, Massey, New Holland. And of course, we have Case IH right there. All of these brands, at the moment, there's 56. You can see it on the left side, are available within the license. So if you do decide to get the kit, you're going to be able to work on any of these brands that are here. Now, for each brand, you do have different family series. So for example, let's jump in Case. And you can see we have the C series, Farmall, Magnum, Optum, Puma, Quantum, Steiger, Vestrom series. On the Magnum series, you can find different engine models, of course. So you do have the 280 in different versions. You do have the AFS. You do have the Tier 4, Final Stage 4, the CVT version, and also you do find also other models with a full power shift. So in this case, the 280, see, we have very different models. I'm not sure which one is the one you have, but we're going to try checking two different. In this case, this is the full power shift model on the 280, and it's a final tier 4, stage 4. When you go inside the software for any family, any model, you are going to see exactly the systems that you can work on. In this case, you see the brake system, central computer, climate HVAC, engine, powertrain, steering, suspension. It's going to look pretty much the same on any other model. Just to give you an idea, we're going to try the CVT 280. Looks the same. Okay, so let's continue on this one. It's going to show you exactly what systems you can work on, and it will depend on the model, brand, and the coverage we have for that. For example, if you look at Coyote, you will probably have just the engine and not other systems. It also depends how much electronics they have and all of that. So let's do a general system scan to see how it looks when you read faults and just connect to any equipment. This will take approximately 1 minute to a minute and a half. So once you do a general scan, you're going to see all the faults showing up for the different systems. You have here the ones related to the suspension, the ones on the steering controller, up there the braking system and the engine too. Also the ones that are here are the engine side, and also the body computer, transmission, hitch control, all of that. There are several symbols, if you can see over here. First of all, you can see the freeze frame data, so you can check the time the fault happened, the date as well. Then, depending on the system, usually on the engine or the body computer, transmission, you might have technical data. So there's lots right here where you see the question mark. Gives you more help. Also, you are going to check a few others on the transmission, like I mentioned, and other systems. So when you see the question mark, it takes you directly to the component related to that fault. So let's check the injector cylinder 3. There's an error right there. It will show you the component. It will give you a picture of that part. Shows you also the values, the pressure in this case. And on the arrow sign, you select from here and it will take you directly to the wiring diagram. So I think this is one of the most, the coolest thing with Jaltest. You see over here, the part is already highlighted when you select it from the fault, and you can see the connection, which is the 51 and 76 on the ECM. You can open the control unit. It will show you where it's located on the engine side, and also an image of how it looks, and you have the pinouts right here. You can even zoom it. So yeah, That's what you can find for any like technical data related to each fault. Let's try one on another system. The suspension management right here. Let's see. So this is the parts. You have the pinouts and all of that. Also, some things that make much easier, like doing the whole diagnostics, is the troubleshooting we have available with our Jaltest tool. So there's lots, especially on the engine side, but also in other systems like the hydraulic controller, hitch control. And I'm going to show you an example right here on the hitch control. This on the right side, on the right column, is where you find the troubleshooting. It will be activated if it's available for that fault. And it's like a smart guide. So it will ask you, check if the fault is still active, yes or no, have you detected, and it will give you step-by-step instructions. Here it gives you the technical data and how to run more tests, all the pinouts on that, change values, and so on and so on. So that's basically how the troubleshooting works, and it will look pretty much the same on any other system. Now, let's jump inside the engine. I will show you one of the also things that are great with the diagnostic tool. Here you can do the full core reading as well. Something super important is you can run live measurements. You do have a system display, so it will show you exactly how the different systems on this engine work. It shows you how the fuel system works and the values that it's marking. Here's the exhaust gas recirculation system too. This exhaust gas system and AD Blue DF model. You can also select live measurements and do a recording up to 90 minutes. You can select 24 items. And for this engine, you have 140 different sensors or measurements you can run. So you have their battery voltage, throttle, fuel pressure, oil temperature, injector timing, and so on. So let me show you an example on the different temperatures. Do it from here. So you can select any measurement, and then you have available taking a look at a graph to compare the different measurements that you have. And also you can have this other view to see how high it's marking. And also you can record all of that up to 90 minutes, like I mentioned. Basically doing a road test, but on the tractor on your engine. You do have maintenance functions. In this case, you can do a regen on the engine, on this case, 280. And also a startup counter reset. Let's try a regen. It will give you a warning before you do any changes or anything, and an explanation of what will happen, and also it will give you the pre-initial conditions before you run any test or anything. Here's the regen. There you can see all the values that are being affected on the exhaust gas treatment system. And it's in process. Usually it will take between 30 minutes up to 3 hours when you do that. And then you're good to go. So you can do those special functions on the engine side. Here are a little more. You can replace components as well in the engine. You can do a PRV reset. You can actuate components like the cylinder cutout, the engine speed, coolant temperature, fuel pressure, fan, preheating resistance, the turbine actuator, and so on. Here's the cylinder cutout. And you select which cylinder. So yeah, that's just an overview. I'm not getting into more, but you can have an idea of the things that you can do with Jaltest. And let me know if you have any questions, if you want to look at something in particular. I don't know if you want to check the transmission, hydraulics. And yeah, this is an overview on the ag license. On the commercial vehicle, it will be pretty much the same, although the main difference is that you do have more coverage for the different systems on the commercial vehicle side. So let me show you an example here on the Cummins engine. ISP. There's even more technical data, more troubleshooting. So honestly, it's even that's why this license is so big, because you do have more coverage on technical data, troubleshooting. In this case, you do have the repair info guides, lots of troubleshooting just for any fault basically that you can imagine. You do have more electronics here, so more configurations that you can do. Here's the password management on this engine. Here you have the calibrations. You can set parameters. This is the part where you can do more modifications. So you can modify the accelerator, the vehicle speed, maximum speed, cruise control, engine brakes. So there's more things that you can basically change and modify, and also more technical data and more troubleshooting available. Here's where you set parameters, and you do have the actuate components part. So yeah, this is an overview. I appreciate you watching our video. And again, my number is 786-485-5249. Thank you. Bye.